what's going on in the world today, we see so many different things happening at the same time, and it can be very confusing trying to make sense of the debates around these things. But when you actually look at these things holistically, it starts to make some sense. Unfortunately, what we have at the moment is a lot of people in different fields looking at everything in isolation. So you've got one lot of people looking at climate change, one lot of people looking at energy, a bunch of guys looking at food, some other guys looking at the economy, some other guys looking at terrorism and foreign policy. And what I think is really important to do is to look at these things as part of a global system. And when you do that, you actually come away with a different perspective. My view, having looked at a lot of these trends, is that some of the most worrying predictions are most likely to be true. If you look at these things in their totality, what we're seeing is industrial civilization is unsustainable. And all of these different crises are really just different manifestations of the fact that this civilization in its current form cannot survive the 21st century. I've been trying to understand what is actually going on in each of these crises, trying to get a grip on the debates between experts. So for example, what is climate change and is it real? What is energy depletion? Is it real? How does it work? Well, are these things just something that we're being told? And I've tried to really separate out vested interests from actual data and evidence.
Vision is the most important of the human senses. We learn to see only as we practice using the eyes.
When we're looking at these crises, we're looking at them in isolation. We're unable to see them as parts of a whole. So, to the extent that you have climate scientists looking in a very narrow sense only at our interference with our environment, and looking only, for example, at environmental degradation, they're not able to see the links that that has directly with the structure of our global economy, and how that structure, in a way, compels us to go on this path of infinite growth. Just to survive, just to stop our businesses from failing, they have to continue growing. Every year, they have to increase their profits. That's just your baseline for survival. So the doctrine of unlimited growth is a failed doctrine. It cannot work, and it's creating absolute disaster.